Everybody!
Yes?
We've got some smut to discuss.
Oh, it's book club.
It's book club time, everyone.
But Alviva's still asleep.
No, she blipped out this morning. Don't worry about it.
Oh, she blipped out?
Yeah, she'll be back.
Yeah, did you not notice how everything smelled like lilac?
Yeah, she blipped out, and actually, this fell onto my face.
It fell
from above.
So she was reading it.
She was reading it at the time, and I felt it was appropriate. It's another one of those shifter books, Eli Easton.
Oh, another shifter
How
book.
to Wish Upon a Star.
Wait, like the border collie guy?
Yeah, like the border collie one, Veli.
Oh dear.
You know, I really thought that was a wolf.
Yeah, no, border collie.
Nope.
Border collie. Border
a
collies,
little
though.
border collie.
Happiest dog.
Getting his border collied.
Too smart for its own good. Too good at sucking dicks.
Like trying to lick peanut butter out of a toy.
Ugh.
This one is about 2 dog shifters.
Are they both dogs at the same time? Because I don't want to read that.
One is Milo, who turns into a labradoodle.
Oh.
Didn't we already do this?
A labradoodle?
And the other is Jason, and he turns into a malamute.
Big dog. Big dog.
Those are big dogs.
Why do they turn into, like, breeds of dog?
Unknown. Out of character. Thank you, Saturn, for submitting this to us. We appreciate it. It is Saturn. Again, it is How to Wish Upon a Star by Eli Easton. Look it up as you will. I'm going back into character now.
Just breaking the fourth wall.
How many?
Just gently opening a hole in the fourth wall like your Porky Pig.
When someone, like, establishes a new breed of dog, do you suddenly start being able to turn into that dog?
Yeah, like,
Yes.
Who from the American Kennel Club gets in touch with the shifter community?
All right, you are now allowed to turn into a Staffordshire Pit Bull Terrier.
Or is it the other way around, where, like, you have to be selectively bred into a specific shifter breed, which then gets recognized by the American Kennel Club?
He couldn't resist it any longer.
This is gonna be awkward for me in particular, because my cat is named Milo.
This is going to be hilarious.
Lay on your back, Milo. I want to see you.
Oh, dear.
But Milo protested shakily, obviously thinking he was in the ideal position already. That made Jason smile. Milo moved higher up the bed on all fours before turning and flopping down on his back.
Is he a dog or a person? Dog or person?
This still sounds like a cat.
Is he a dog
He
or a
had
person
a dark
right now?
red flush from his sternum up his chest and neck. His eyes
doesn't
were
help.
half-lidded. Sounds human to me. And the plum-colored head of his erection had fully emerged from the foreskin.
I don't know, I think it could still go either way.
How long until we know?
He looked wrecked and so very real. He seemed weighted as if time had stopped there at that moment, and Milo had gained an extra dimension.
Dog dimension.
He could never be more or less than he was right then, could never age a day, and anything that was not Milo was totally insignificant.
What?
That is what the Milo thinks.
So if he's already in 3 dimensions, the 4th dimension is time or probability? One of those. So he's either now existing at multiple points in time, or he exists at every branch of probability.
Is this like a Schrodinger's thing?
Sure.
He is both a human and a dog at this time.
I mean,
Wait, but
aren't
he's
those
being directly
shifters-
observed, so it can't be probability because all the probabilities collapse. Because he's being directly observed right now. We're looking at his cock. So it must be time.
Jason swallowed a lump of emotion in his throat. This is what true love feels like, he thought. He'd had no idea mere emotion could be so big and so real.
Oh, his cock's so big and so real, not really the emotion.
He fumbled with the bedside table and took out a jar of Vaseline. His fingers felt like they didn't belong to him as he opened the lid and coated his fingers.
Well, at least it's
two
not
fingers,
oil.
sorry. Milo watched him, utterly trusting, as Jason knelt over him again. Milo put his feet on the bed and parted his legs wide.
What's a Vaseline?
It's one of the things that can come out of those jars that make any kind of liquid.
Yes.
The jars
Absolutely.
can make any
I
kind
need
of
to make
liquid,
some
you say.
edits to the. I need to make some edits to the alchemy jug and foundry.
It can make mayo, it can make
You know,
Vaseline.
like mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, Vaseline. You can make a lot of Vaseline.
Yeah, it can do acid, basic, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, or wine, and now Vaseline, according to me.
There you go.
He put
canon.
one knuckle in his
Oh.
mouth and bit it. With the other hand, he reached for Jason. Jason took Milo's wrist with his free hand, but he bent his head to Milo's belly. With great care, Jason allowed himself to taste Milo's cock while he used his fingers to open him. He wanted to taste him deeply, but he didn't want Milo to come from this, and he could tell Milo was close. There was a copper flavor to his pre-cum that spoke of desperation.
I think that's blood.
Speaks
I
of
think
blood.
that's just blood.
I think that's blood.
I think he's just bleeding. I think his cock is just bleeding. I think you should maybe stop and see a doctor, maybe. I
Yeah,
don't.
you're sucking too hard.
Yeah.
Oh no, you accidentally bit down. That's happened to me before.
Milo dug his heels into the bed and lifted his hips, silently asking for more of everything. A stream of broken sounds came from his throat, utterly without shame or self-consciousness.
It's why I have to tell them, are you okay with these teeth? And if they're not...
It's very polite of you.
That is very polite of you, Artie. The heat of Milo's body was intoxicating.
Oh,
His temperature ran a few degrees above normal at all times, but in his arousal, it was compounded. His shaft was searing against Jason's lips, and the smooth heat of
Ow.
the inner walls was like an oven.
Ow.
Ow.
Ouchies, bro.
Big ouchies, bro.
He opened to Jason's fingers with moist, warm give. I don't like that word, moist.
Moist, warm give.
Jason made himself pull away, too shaky to say a word or even give Milo a reassuring smile. He rubbed his cock with Vaseline, pulled up Milo's thighs, and sank home.
why is it always home?
It's always home.
It's always home.
All penises go home.
He tried to go slow, his eyes locked with Milo's, but Milo was soft all the way in, his body welcoming, and Jason bottomed out in one long thrust. He felt weak, momentarily overwhelmed. He lowered to his elbows, bracing them on either side of Milo's ribs. Milo wrapped his calves around the back of Jason's thighs and his arms around his shoulders.
Okay, he's a person.
This, Milo gasped. Jason. I know. They didn't last long, but
They don't?
Jason made love to Milo with all that he had, touching him everywhere he could reach and stopping often to lean down and kiss him firmly. When Milo
last
took that
long?
roaming hand and placed it over his too hard prick, Jason didn't resist, but tugged him firmly. And when Milo came, the sound of bliss in his mouth, Jason was
Sound
more
of
than ready to
bliss.
join him.
The sound of the hills are alive.
The hills are
The
alive.
hills are alive with the sound of bliss.
This is orgasms?
Yes, orgasms.
He closed his eyes and felt the strong contractions of his orgasm pulse with Milo's ebbing ones like two beating hearts. It had never felt like this. Pleasure, tightly wrapped with emotion, and all of it was bottomless as the night sky and as bright as the stars.
No, I think there's a bottom here. I'm pretty sure there's a bottom.
And it's the labradoodle.
So, like the baseball metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
So, if going home is like penetration,
Going home.
Mm-hmm.
what's a bunt?
What's a butt?
What's
Just
a
a
bunt?
tip.
Bunting is
tip.
just the tip?
Just
Yeah.
a tip, I think. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Because the ball doesn't go very far. So we have baseball on E-Time, by the way.
Do you also
No,
have ping pong?
Veli has baseball.
No, we understand the baseball metaphors too. We have baseball.
Baseball is a concept across the universe wide.
I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, so when the pitcher hits the batter like on purpose, like puts a 95-mile-an-hour fastball into his elbow, and then the batter's team clears the benches and just rushes the mound, what's the sex equivalent to that?
That's hardcore.
Like what's the sex equivalent of deciding that someone's going to the hospital for that piece of shit move?
That's like deciding you're going to an orgy rave, and then someone gets injured just because of logistics.
That's someone.
Someone has to be a jerk. Someone has to injure
that's when
somebody
the
on purpose,
douchebag
right?
shows up to the orgy rave and doesn't follow the rules, and so everybody kicks him out.
I
I was going to say that's when the safe word was not established.
Labradoodles, though.
Labradoodle and
Malamute.
Malamute, thank you. I was looking for Marmaduke.
Which one's the Labradoodle and which one's the Malamute?
I don't know.
Jason is the Malamute. Milo's the Labradoodle.
I just out of character. I just can't do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, Labradoodle's not sexy.
No.
Here's the back. Milo is a Labradoodle that lived at a hospital where he could give the company to the elderly and terminally ill people until they passed away.
Well, he's a dog or a
He's
person?
a therapy dog.
He's a therapy
He's
dog.
the sweetest cinnamon roll, while the spiritual being, quite the spiritual being, and by this point has been able to shift into a human for about a month.
Wait,
Wait,
he
so
was.
start as dogs?
He starts as a dog.
Also, let's also set aside the fact that labradoodle is just the fancy word for when a Labrador and a poodle are bred together, two separate breeds. We're just talking about a mutt. So can he specifically turn into, is one of his parents a Labrador shifter and one of his parents a poodle shifter? What's happening here? Labradoodles and other doodle mixes are just cute words for mutts.
Jason is a Malamute who's been researching the genetics of shifters to someday get rid of his dog part. He ends up fleeing back into the shifter town where he meets Milo, and then stuff happens. The story focuses on Jason being the only hope that the shifter town has once a mysterious virus spreads. The virus is forcing shifters to remain in dog form and lose all their human intellect. Basically, it's turning them back to normal dogs. Also,
Back to
in
normal
case
dogs?
Back to normal dogs.
Did they start as dogs?
They
Did start
started
dogs
as
and turned into
normal
peoples?
dogs. They
I'm
got a
not
Dragon
sure.
Ball Z wish to turn into a dude sometimes.
Saturn also gave us a note of Lance and Tim from our first one we read of these.
Right.
Now have a daughter adopted.
I
And
would certainly hope so.
Lance
I mean,
actually
maybe
becomes
this is an Impreg universe.
and Lance actually becomes one of the victims of said virus.
Oh god, so Lance is just a dog now?
Yeah, he's just a dog now.
Lance the Border Collie is now just a Border Collie. This is my dad. This is my dad, the Border Collie. He's really pushy. He is such he is just always determined that I have to be at home on time. He won't let me go out, and he keeps following me around. He's such a helicopter dog parent. So does he curl up at the end of the bed at night, like with his husband?
I don't know.
When he's a dog?
I don't know.
My dad, the Border Collie? Oh my god. Does this just lead into dog with a blog?
Yes.
Oh god, now I kind of want to see the Hallmark movie My Dad the Border Collie.
Right?
Well, we have several movies where a dad turns into a dog.
One of them's by the guy that made A Talking Cat.
A talking cat?
It's called A Puppy for Halloween. The guy from A Talking Cat turns into a fucking bulldog.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Labradoodle, though.
Labradoodle and a Malamute.
Walk into a bar.
What star-crossed lovers.
But they start as dog. He's only been a human for a month? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Mac?
That is
That's
emotionally
what
a
Saturn
1-month-old
wrote.
human on top of like a whatever-year-old dog.
I have so many questions about this world state. So Alviva was reading this, you said?
Yeah, at least it fell down from her bunk.
I wonder what she's...
Either she was reading it, or whenever she was pulled to the Feywild, something from the Feywild came out.
This feels like a prank on us from the Feywild.
You're telling me a Fae might have been reading this book.
I feel like a Fae wrote this book.
We can't discount the possibility that this book was written by a Fae.
A Fey would think that a person being a dog most of their lives and then became
Wouldn't
a
be
human.
Problem.
It wouldn't be a problem, yes.
Yeah, you're just a dog, and then suddenly you have people sapience, It's a normal thing that you just deal with. It's a regular thing that doesn't cause any kind of significant breaks. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think a Faye wrote this.
A Faye wrote it.
Faye wrote it.
They definitely wrote it. Or a mangaka.
Maybe all mangaka are Faye.
Maybe mangaka are Faye.
What's a mangaka?
You know those books they always sold back home that were filled with comics and you read them backwards?
Wait, I know. I always started at the front, and then I got that big stop sign page that was like, stop! This reads from left. This reads from right to left.
Yeah, mangaka write those.
So is that a person or a species?
It's
You
a
keep saying
person
it like
and a
it's
species.
I'm gonna put my foot down as your dungeon master and say that anime is not real.
But Goku's real.
But Goku is real, though.
Goku's real, though.
Goku's real.
Goku not real.
No, Goku's real.
Goku's real, though.
We have
Goku's
many
real,
legends
though.
about him through the universe.
You know Goku? That's how they all start. That's how all the legends start. You know Goku?
You know Goku?
You know Goku. It's kind of like a once upon a time, like in a faraway land, Mukashi kind of thing, where it's just the traditional how all the stories start.
Oh.
All of the Goku legends start with, you know Goku. You know Goku.
You like the Wyborn and Griffin series, don't you, Kit?
Yes.
That's the next submission from Saturn.
Oh shit. I'm probably gonna be able to tell which book this is from.
All right, I think we've run out here.
Yeah, we've run out here. Thank you for joining us for this this monthly book club of ours.
And don't put a date on it.
There's not a date
this
on it.
Exists
Just
outside of
thank
time.
you for joining us on this blue club of ours.
I don't... What?
Did Cacophony just have a stroke?
Yes.
He just had a stroke.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Jesus.
Gem Jammer is performed by Lexi Peppers, Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Rio, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs are by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art is by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm AudioWorks. For more episodes of the show and our other shows, as well as news, check out our website at crookedrussiancamp.horse.
Goodbye, Jake.
Bye, Jake.